I loved the idea of a wife, and it's embarrassing to admit that. I married her for what she could bring to me, how she could improve my life, how she could affirm me, how she could give me comfort, how she could boost my ego. I was too insecure to step outside of myself and see how I could love her, how I could uplift her. I was too busy thinking about me. And ultimately, I didn't like that she exposed the parts of me that were left unhealed. My immaturities, my selfish tendencies, the way I numbed out, the way I was coping. Subconsciously, she became my enemy until I gave up. I stopped trying so hard to uphold who I thought I was before I came into marriage. When you get married, you're taking two separate people and becoming stronger as one in your union. I wasn't ready to give up the old me to make the new us. And we suffered because of that for the first 5 years of our marriage. Men, when you drop your defenses, when you drop your ego and you see what you can create together, it's a million times better than your wife just trying to make you better. That's what marriage is all about. I hope that helps.
It's great that he has this sudden realization, this awareness. Unfortunately, a lot of men will never be that aware or seek the truth. A lot of men are with us for benefits. That is sexual labor, house labor, child rearing. You are a boost to his confidence. Oh, especially if you're a trophy wife, trophy girlfriend, you're very good looking, or you're very smart, or you're business oriented, or you're very ambitious. You are very motivating to that man, right? And you might be asking yourself, well, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with being beneficial in a relationship? The problem with that is a lot of women are entering relationships based on fantasies, based on Disney Channel, based on Disney love movies, based on love movies like Notebook, like Titanic. You are getting into these relationships thinking that it's going to be all ice creams and flowers and just pretty cute moments, and this man is just going to be doting over you, when in reality, once that man has you in that relationship, you now have to put in twice amount of work to keep that man to be loyal to you, right? So now you're doing all of this extra emotional labor, and all this man cares about this whole time is respect. He doesn't really love you. He loves what comes with you. And that's why when you get in arguments with men, the first thing they'll mention is, oh, but you didn't respect me. Yes, you said this and that, but I felt like the way you said it was disrespectful. Men don't hear emotions. Men hear if you respect them or you don't. That's it. So imagine pouring out your heart and somebody's talking about they don't feel respected. Yeah, that's what it's like dealing with the men. Anyways, let's keep watching. I got more to say.
You can't get off this subject. I gotta ask you a question. Are you in love with your wife?
No.
Me either.
What? I don't believe in that shit anyway. It's okay. It's overrated.
No,
listen,
the
wife.
Okay.
See?
Y'all need to explain that shit to me then.
I had a feeling. No, I'm not in love with my wife.
Why?
I don't even know her.
What are y'all doing? Why?
This is our 8th. Hold on, we got married in 2016. This is year number 8. September 8th, we'll be married 8 years. No. No. Ruby D and Ozzie Davis, right?
Yeah.
65 years married or something crazy, right?
Yeah.
So when he died, Will and Jada went over there. This is before all the Will and Jada.
Yeah.
They went over there for like some type of talk, counseling talk. She goes, Ruby, who's 80, 90,
Yeah.
she goes, how long you known that boy? And Jada said, yeah, and Jada said, 20 years. And she goes, you don't know him, honey.
Shit.
Yeah.
All my relationship with my wife is a relationship with myself. I'm just discovering parts of me, bro.
Yeah.
You know why they're just now figuring out themselves? It's because men do not look within, right? They don't go to therapy. They don't do that internal work. They don't spend that time to get to know themselves versus how a woman would after a relationship, right? They don't get to know them. They don't heal. So when you're in a relationship for that long, certain things will happen throughout life and it will force you to look at yourself. it will bring up certain things in you that you've been hiding even from yourself, and now you got to deal with it. And that's why I said it's really a risk getting into these marriages with men, because a lot of men have not spent time to look in with themselves, go to therapy, to work on those things. A lot of men just jump to the next woman. And that's what's scary. That's what's scary. Let's keep watching.
We're lying to ourselves so fucking much
Yeah.
to hold up this story or this ideal,
Fantasy.
the fantasy, without, as opposed to just really fucking dealing with what's there and accepting it
Well,
to the best of your ability.
I understand this. Now, how do you get women to understand that?
You-
Right?
but-
Get them to bow out of the fantasy.
You get them to, by you bowing out.
And my wife thinks she's in love with me, probably.
It's a buzzword.
Yeah.
It's a concept that's been propagated that we've adopted and creates an unrealistic expectation that we look for, and when it's not present, we feel something is wrong.
Yeah, we've allowed that to condition ourselves to that concept being a governance.
One of the things that pop up the most about me and my wife and our conversations that we have, we admit.
Yeah.
I told my wife, I didn't marry my wife because of who my wife is. I married my wife because of who I am. I have a purpose on this bitch.
Right.
And I'm going to fulfill that. What makes you special is I chose you, not because of who you are. You get to dictate who you are and define that for yourself. And when we have these conversations with other couples and they sit and look, they sit and they think something wrong with us. But you know what? When we're around each other, we laughing. This shit is genuine. It's authentic. Ain't nobody doing no wild shit.
Yep.
Whatever it is what it is. And they are so not used to people. I'm not in love with my wife. I don't think she's necessarily in love with me either, but we have committed to each other in a way that we haven't committed to anyone else.
And that's a surrender rate.
That's what makes it fucking special.
Yeah.
Damn.
And they can't get out of this notion, bro, that it's about a person.
Yeah.
It's about the purpose, not the person.
He's telling the truth. Whether you like it or you don't, he's telling the truth. You fit that man's mold. He wants to get married because it benefits him at the moment, and that's why he's choosing you, because you fit his idea. It's not about who you are. It's never been about who you are. And then the patriarchy has been saying that. And you need to be happy that you were chosen, right? That's what they say to you. Just be happy. Oh, you're a wife, you know. They dangle that carrot over your head. Oh, you're a wife. You know, you should be happy. And that's why a lot of women feel like, oh my God, I'm the it girl now because I'm a wife. I'm a wife. No. You're just like another beautiful car. You're like a extension of that man. In his eyes, you're just another extension. Something that he gets to show off in front of his friends or colleagues. That's all. So when we see videos like Shira 7 or we see Gold Digger videos and they're telling you to focus on the money, focus on the assets, focus on the properties, focus on your children, because those are the only people that will give you unconditional love in this life. That is your only chance of unconditional love in this life. You will not get it from a man. You will not get it from your job. You will not get it from your friends. You will not get even some of y'all mothers. Y'all not gonna get that unconditional love from. Most of the times, 9 out of 10 times, you're going to get that unconditional love from your kids. Right? Any person that comes into your life, they want something from you. And a lot of times it's not good. And men are no exceptions. So go into any relationship, any situationship, and you should want something. You should want some money. You should want a car. You should want some connections that you can't get from nobody else and that man can give it to you. Your life should be elevated. You should be in a better neighborhood. You should have access to certain things now that you're with this man. Because best believe it, men are extracting resources out of you. They're extracting your time, your energy, your creativity, your love, and they're benefiting from that. That's why a lot of men, they have a lot of women in their life because it gives them energy. It fuels their ego. It makes them go harder. That's why men have a lot of women. Yes, it's because of sex, but through sex, they're getting all of this free validation that makes them go harder in life. That's why they need all those women, because they need to go harder. They feed off of us. So make sure when you're out of these relationships that you have something to look at. Be like, you know what? At least I got this out of it. It wasn't all for nothing. And then you're not going to feel used. Because the truth is, we all use each other. That's just how life goes. If you can't be used in life, listen, honey, you'll be worthless. If people can't use you for your talents and your skills or something, you won't be able to eat. You won't be able to buy things in this life if you're useless. So you better be thankful that you can be used. Now, the problem is when you don't try to use back. That's when we have an issue. Anyways, subscribe and like. Let me know your thoughts based on what I said today. Bye.